Guess what, folks? Scientists are now starting to reveal something that we've always suspected to be hidden from us. They have recently uncovered the mystery behind one of the most complete ancient skulls ever discovered. And it's not human as we know it. Scientists have now confirmed the species identity of the Dragon Man fossil skull. How many of you think that this could be the face of a lost bloodline, a child of the Watchers, the son of a fallen angel, a Nephilim giant? Well, you won't believe what they've just revealed to the public, and I encourage you to share this video because what you're about to see changes everything. So, before we get started, I need everyone to please click the thumbs up button and like this video. Scientists have now confirmed the species identity of the Dragon Man fossil skull. The group that introduced Dragon Man into the Denisovan family was led by evolutionary geneticist Chao Mei-Fu of the Institute of Vertebrate Paleontology and Paleoanthropology in Beijing. While sorting through a finger bone from Siberia's Denisovan cave in 2010, researchers discovered Denisovan DNA for the first time, but nobody knew what the owner looked like. That gap is filled by the Harbin skull, which has cheeks that are between Neanderthal toughness and contemporary delicacy, thick brow ridges, and a spacious brain case. By scraping the tooth tartar and recovering mitochondrial DNA, Fu's team was able to identify the material as Denisovan. Hang on, folks, this gets better. Denisovans had been big and robust. Denisovan teeth are famously big, and Dragon Man suits the trend. Paleoanthropologist Bence Viola, who is now no longer involved, estimates a lean frame mass close to 220 kilos and calls those hominins great individuals. This large frame length may also have formed their behavior, an excessive caloric call for might pressure agencies to patrol large territories, which may provide an explanation for why Denisovan DNA is sprinkled throughout Asia, but their fossils continued to be scarce. 220 kilos. That's a 485-pound man. I did the math on this, and to weigh 485 pounds and still be considered within a healthy BMI range, a man would need to be roughly 9 feet 9 inches tall. Now, if we're talking about a man that was very muscular, then he could be shorter, between 7 and 8 feet tall. So, no matter how you look at this, by today's standards, this Dragon Man skull belonged to a giant man. 100% that cannot be disputed. Keep in mind that the Nephilim described in ancient texts were human hybrids. So the question we still have to answer is, if the mother's DNA is present, because as far as we know, only human women can give birth to other humans, we don't know if hybrid women can give birth or get pregnant. So if the mother's DNA is present and she was 100% human, then who was the father of Dragon Man? Was the father 100% human? Was the father a human hybrid? Or was the father a fallen angel? Well, in top-tier labs, researchers isolated 95 ancient proteins, including 3 mutations only seen in Denisovans. and one of them matched the iconic Siberian Denisova 3 sample exactly. Then, tiny scraps of mitochondrial DNA from dental plaque linked his maternal line to Denisovans living over 140,000 years ago. That protein plus DNA combo is the golden ticket. It scientifically confirms that Dragon Man is a Denisovan. Now, let me just be clear about something here. The protein analysis confirms that Dragon Man is closely related to modern humans, but not classified as 100% Homo sapiens. He belongs to an archaic human group, the Denisovans, who are genetically distinct from both Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. They are interbreeding compatible with Homo sapiens and considered a separate branch of the human family tree. The enamel proteome shows that Dragon Man shares ancestry with the Denisovan line, not modern humans. Denisovans are not a subspecies of Homo sapiens. They're often labeled Homo Denisova or left unclassified due to this ongoing debate. Understand that their DNA is found in only 3 to 6% of modern human populations. That includes Melanesians, Aboriginal Australians, and East Asians, which suggests interbreeding, not direct descent. What this means is Denisovans were human-like, but not modern humans in the full biological sense. Now, don't go anywhere, hang on, because I want to point out what scientists have uncovered that could potentially support the idea that Denisovans may be connected to the idea of hybrid Nephilim, as described in ancient texts. Remember, this is what scientists are saying are confirmed facts, okay? Modern humans interbred with Denisovans between 50,000 to 30,000 years ago. The populations in Melanesia, Papua New Guinea, Aboriginal Australia, and parts of Southeast Asia carry up to around 6% Denisovan DNA. This is important because the biblical Nephilim were described as hybrids, offspring of the sons of God and human women. From a genetic point of view, Denisovans literally hybridized with humans. Now, fossils such as the Xiaohu mandible in Tibet and Dragon Man's skull suggest that Denisovans were broad-jawed, large-brained, and physically robust, more so than Neanderthals. Ancient giants were described as having enormous strength and stature. While scientists don't call them giants, Denisovans appear biologically superior in certain aspects. Also, modern human genomes contain segments of DNA that don't match any known archaic species. Those segments of DNA don't match Neanderthal, they don't match with Denisovan or Homo sapiens. Yes. And these are what they refer to as ghost lineages, which are possible signs of undiscovered or extinct human hybrids. So, this aligns with the idea that certain bloodlines, especially elite or mysterious ones, may have non-human origins, which supports the Nephilim narrative of forbidden unions. Keep in mind that some modern populations with Denisovan DNA show unique immune system adaptations, increased altitude tolerance like the Tibetans, and rare blood and neurological markers. And if you know anything about the stories of giants and ancient myths, they're described as special, powerful, or even cursed bloodlines. traits that support the idea of ancient hybridization. Now wait, there's one more thing. Radiometric dating is used to date the rocks or sediment layers surrounding fossils, not the bones themselves. Sediments around the Dragon Man skull were radiometrically dated to around 146,000 years ago using uranium-based methods. So that's where the date of the fossil comes from. They also use stratigraphy or layer dating, and this method analyzes where the fossil is found in the Earth's layers. Deeper generally means older, unless the layers are disturbed by geological activity, which is exactly what a global flood would do to the layers. Sometimes scientists date fossils based on the chemical breakdown of proteins in bones or teeth. This was used in the Dragon Man's case, where proteins were matched with others known to be over 100,000 years old. It's not as precise as radiometric dating, but it helps verify the age range. The reason they always keep saying hundreds of thousands of years is because there is a set written standard for the layers where these fossils are found that contain no modern human artifacts. And so all they do is look at other known fossils of similar archaic species, and they just borrow the dating on those fossils. And they do this because the techniques for dating are calibrated across continents using ice cores, tree rings, or volcanic records. So it's really up to you if you want to believe or not believe that the dating is accurate, you see? The bottom line is, scientists are telling all of us, using scientific terms and language, that their science confirms that another species, one stronger, larger, and genetically distinct, once walked the earth with us. They bred with human women. Their DNA lives on and in us. And though we call them Denisovans or whatever, ancient texts may have known them by another name, the Nephilim. Every minute of every day, your body heals, repairs, and regenerates you from the inside out. Yet everyday exposure to heavy metals and toxins builds up and blocks your body's natural abilities. Natural zeolite is nature's answer to our toxic body burden. Breakthrough sound wave technology creates the world's first colloidal zeolite. Touchtone Essentials Pure Body Extra Colloidal Zeolite helps clean out the chemicals from the body with an easy-to-use spray so you can make room for healthy in your life. Click the link in the description box below to order your supply of zeolite today, because now is the time to live your best life.